danielscranton.com. Welcome to the reading, How to Release Trauma, the 9D Arcturian Council, channeled by Daniel Scranton. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have an interesting perspective that we would like to share with you all. We know that you have been experiencing a lot of trauma in this lifetime of yours, and we know that you have coping mechanisms and defense mechanisms to help you get through the experiences of those traumas. We also know that many of you find yourselves looking for answers as to why this traumatic event had to befall you in your life. It is going to serve you very well in the future if you just let go of the need to know and the need to minimize the aftermath of the trauma. You have to live more in the moment in your lives in order to truly be aware of what you are vibrating. And if you are asking questions about why something happened and looking for ways to minimize the effects, then you are not living in the moment where the trauma isn't occurring. We will give you an example from your lives that you can relate to and learn from. You have dogs and cats that live with you, and occasionally you will step on the tail of one of these beloved beings. Initially, the animal will react immediately to what's happening. In that moment, there is no attempt to minimize the trauma of the experience. The dog or cat goes completely into a mode of yelping or screeching, moving out of the way and getting him or herself into an upright position on all fours. What the human does in that instance is immediately apologizes, seeks to minimize what happened by saying it was an accident, and gives extra love and attention to their furry friend. The dog or the cat gets over it right away because they are so in the moment, and their tails are not being stepped on in the moment that you are apologizing profusely to them. We are not giving you this now because we want to tell you to just get over your trauma, as if we have no compassion for what you have experienced. That is not the point of this transmission at all. What we do want you to recognize is that if you could follow the example of your pets and be in the moment all the time, you would be less likely to relive the traumatic events of your lives over and over again in your minds. We want you to feel all of your feelings because that's why you created the trauma in the first place. But we are also encouraging you not to think about it over and over again to try to figure out what went wrong, who was at fault, and how you created it in your reality. When you can follow the example of a child or an animal in your approach to life, that's when you know you've achieved a level of spiritual mastery that few achieve. That's when you become one with everything, and you choose what you want to focus on in the moment. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. danielscranton.com